was I gonna say? This is deep. No, because like I think about this way too much, more than the normal person, and I think it's like a result of me overthinking.
Probably.
And
Yeah.
whole thing of, do you tell people how much money you make?
Okay. This is a good question.
And what?
This is a good question. Continue.
I have a right to overthink because it's just kind of like, I don't think so. I think that should be like a private thing. And I feel like you should just let people estimate. Because I always naturally cringe. Just me. Just me. Naturally cringe when someone kind of like boasts about, not boast, but just kind of like, humble brag their like money situation. And it's just like, I don't know. I feel like that should be like private, and like you should let the position itself speak.
For itself, yeah.
But here's where I overthink though. You flip it to the other side, and um, you know, the Patrick Mahomes. Okay, Patrick Mahomes actually started this, my overthinking, because I was like, when people when your salary's up in the public, you know, now with that huge contract, Dak and Deshaun Watson are like kind of looking at that like, oh, okay, that's the bar now. Let me eclipse that bar.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dak will eclipse that bar. And then Patrick, like, it's just like but like that wouldn't happen if all of that was public. If it was private and everything, yeah. So go ahead.
It's just like a big, like, pumping of the chess game. And so, like, everybody wants to be the top dog. So, like, to answer your question, I really don't like to talk finances unless, like I said, like with my close friends, because like that's the only people I trust. Like I'm very selective about who I talk finances with. But I do get where you're coming from, because like I do kind of cringe when somebody's like, "Oh, you make this amount of money, like I make this like amount of money," because I'm just like, that isn't what life is about, in my opinion. But like if somebody asks me what I make an hour, like I'll tell them whatever. But like I'm never one to be like, "Yeah, like look at my dinero." I used to have that problem like when I would like drink, or whenever I would just like growing up, because like I was living off my parents' money, but now like I have my own check, like I just made my own first check. I'm like, I don't want to be that person anymore. Like it's not that big of a deal. Like money doesn't like control me. Like I'm not flexing.
Yeah.
Because like I used to have a big problem where like I would like drink and I would pull out my wallet and like show all my yeah, like, it was a problem.
Hey, you're that guy.
It was a problem.
But yeah, it's just like, because you don't, yeah, it's so weird, because like people just look at you different. But I get it. I think when like I only told my parents, just because my parents don't care. At the like they're just like, they think I'm broke all the time. So it's like,
your parents are the most unbothered parents I think I've ever met.
yeah, because like they've been around the world. They know things. So what would my 24-year-old self bring to them? But yeah, I only told, and I was like, and this is weird, I was kind of hesitant to tell my siblings. But I wasn't super hesitant because like they're low-key kind of my parents in a way too, because they've been around the world as well. Because like, they're in their late 30s. They know, like they were high schoolers when I was like a kid, whatever. So I only told, family, just straight up like family. And so, yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I overthink about it a lot because, but I did, okay, I did tell my people at the firm, coworker, and but I feel like that's good because, especially with these people that were kind of my age, we're all in the same boat. So it's like, it was nice knowing what their salary was, just so not like to was it compete with them, but just to see like, okay, that's the bar. Okay, if I get like if I get offered a little bit down of that, then I'll be like, what's going on, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get my like fair share. So yeah, it's just all about attitude to people. Yeah.
Like I think for me, so like I work in a company where they promote from within. So like my boss is like the rental manager for like the location I work in. I'm just like, all right, like I look at her as like, okay, like I want to learn as much as possible, like you said, because like I one day want to get to that position. So like I don't ask like what she's been paid. I'm just like, all right, let me try to like take some things that like she's gonna teach me and like expand on it and make some ways that I can learn and like be my own person, be innovative and creative, and I can work my way up to like her salary and all that stuff. Like I've never been one to be like, oh, what's the head person's salary up in here? I'm like, no, I want to work for it. Like I want teach me, and then I'll work up my way up for it. But like a lot of people are just like, let's get to the top right away. I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's
And
definitely yeah.
it's nice because like my manager is around my age, so like I'm the youngest person in the office. Like low key, I like working with older people. Like they're all goofy in there. Like they're
Yeah.
people in like 50s, 60s. Like they're just chilling. But, like the guy that I'm working with, the guy that I told you that is a fifth, he has been there for 17 years. But like I like it because like I have somebody to relate to, and then I can see other people like how like they have advanced in their career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. So yeah, it's a touchy subject, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say like so like in my office, like nobody talks about like right now, nobody talks about money, nobody talks about like the pandemic, or we don't talk about
Oh,
politics.
really? Interesting.
It's just everybody's like touchy. So like the other day, we have our bill collector lady. I was in the lunchroom making my lunch, and she was in there too. And we have to stand 6 feet apart, so she was waiting for me.
Oh, wait. What'd you make for lunch?
So,
Rice.
what I have this day, I had chicken.
Oh, okay. No rice?
Hey, rice was a jambalaya. Yeah.
That's a must. Okay, continue.
But anyways, yeah. So she's over there, and she was like Josh, and I was like, her name is Julie, and she is like, her husband's 64. She's like in her late 50s. But anyways, so she was like, Josh, do you like red wine or white wine? I was like, where does this conversation go? And she was like, I don't know how you flow, but like, let's talk about like the coronavirus. And everybody's just like, oh, but she's like one of those ones that like, she's one of those people that believes like, like it's in God's hand, it's in God's control. So like, let everybody free and let God like, do his work. So I was like, okay, well. And she's like, so like, what is your opinion? I just like went straight to the lunchroom. I was like, I'm trying to eat. I'm on my break. I'm off the clock right now.
You didn't say anything?
No, I didn't say that.
What?
Nope. That's the last. I'm the new guy. The
That's
last
his
thing.
opinion or something?
I'm the newest guy in the office. The last thing I need is for her to go tell somebody, be like, liquid and blah blah. I was like, that's a trap. That's a trap.
I get it. Yeah, that's where you got to hit them with you got to let people do what they want or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, something neutral, extremely neutral.
Yeah. I was like, this is a trap question. I was like, no, I'm not baiting for this.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah. In conclusion with that question, the money thing, I just kind of look at it as like I don't think that should be your focus. Like yes, it's big, but like I feel like your position should, yeah, I don't know. The impactness of your position should be
Yeah.
of trying to flex or something, whatever. But
because like I look at it as like that'd be like my direct boss being like, yeah, I make this much instead of being like, hey, I'm the branch rental manager. Like like I feel like that speaks for itself. Like, all right, dang, like you're already a manager of a company at like 25, 26.
yeah. Like if you see a guy and he's like 30 years old and he's a lawyer and he's like kind of successful at it, you just kind of just do the calculation yourself and move on.
Like he makes good money. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like you're nice, you're good with it. So yeah.
I'm about to like get business cards in 2 weeks, and I'm like, I don't know how to like handle this. Like, I'm not gonna go up to somebody and give my business card like in the middle of a pandemic. And, like, so, like like I don't know how to handle it.
Read the room. That's funny. When I was an intern at that firm this spring, I they were all getting their business cards. I'm glad I didn't say anything, but like I low-key was like, yo, can I get a business card? Like I'm an intern, so like they'd have been like, yeah, get out of here, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
So they were like, yeah, like in 2 weeks you're gonna have to like sit down and we're gonna like go through like setting up business cards. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was just like, where am I gonna get these business cards out at? Like could I be like at Walmart being like, here you go. Like,
Um wait, last I really want to get in this Will and Jada thing, but okay. What was it? One second. This okay, whatever. So okay, here's a question. If you whoever is like your mentor at Penske, not mentor as in like someone that's like 2 years ahead of you to
okay.
where you might want to be, it's like option, a realistic option.
Okay.
And wouldn't it be nice if they told you how much they made? As in like not a bragging thing, but just kind of like, okay, just giving you guidance type of thing.
What is that gonna do for me?
It will do it will give you a goal of like, okay, so if some random business offered you a position.
Okay.
Let's just play with numbers real quick. Okay. This is imaginary. Let's say if salary, let's just say 50K or something. Let's just say, what's Penske's competitor?
Ryder.
Ryder?
Yeah, Ryder.
Oh, what if Ryder was like, yo, we'll pay you 60, let's say you're making 50K salary, what you're doing. What if Ryder came up to you and said, hey, we'll give you 60K right now. But you had in mind from your mentor that if I stayed for a year or two, I would be making 70K. It would just be nice to know like what your future can realistically be.
Right.
So,
Okay, so like this is where like it gets like tricky for me because like no matter what you do in life, you can always make more money. So like if you live by like that motto, like you're never gonna be happy because you can be like there's money to be made elsewhere, you know?
yeah.
So like, for me, I'm like, okay, it's not gonna look good on my resume that I just started another job and like within like a year or two, however long the timeline is, like I immediately switched to another one.
Answer it. You're conscious of that?
Yes, that's a real thing.
Wait, you're conscious of something where like if it would just look fishy if you were at somewhere for 2 months?
Yeah, because like they have every right in the interview room to like look at your resume and be like, "Oh, I see you were at Penske only for 60 days. Like, why did you only like stop?" Because like I'm a firm believer in like even if I hated this job here at Penske, which I don't, like I love it, I'd at least work there for 6 months, at least. Like it's the same thing like that. I believe like people talk about dropping out of college like within the first week or two. I'm like at least give it a semester.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Like at least try it for 6 months. At least give it a semester. Go through a trial period. If you still hate it, venture off into your next journey.
Okay.
I'm conscious of that.
Interesting. Um, Yeah, I mean, I'm actually glad that, the people that are like 2 years or 3 years ahead of me in a situation, I don't know why they tell me their salary or like they tell me how much they made, but like, I feel like there's a mutual thing of like, I'm not in it. Like, I'm not trying to like pocket watch. I'm like trying to like, it's just a goal in mind. It's just like, I just want to get my fair share.
Correct.
So, yeah,
But
so it's, yeah.
do you think if you didn't know their salaries, you wouldn't get your fair share? Like the company's just gonna, switch up and then just like, nah, we gonna immediately undervalue that
No,
position.
no, no.
But I also think like from the way like it's coming out of like your like mouth and all stuff, like it's kind of like A small symptom of FOMO.
FOMO. Interesting. FOMO. Wait. FOMO as in like
You're scared about like missing out on what you should have because you don't know all the information about a certain position.
yeah,
Think
I
like,
am. I have FOMO.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Because like, okay, like hypothetically, like if say for instance, like you're a new employee to like the company, and I've been working there for 3 years, and we're both accountants, and I'm making 80K after working there for I don't know 3 years, like I said. And so like you come on, and then when it gets to your 3 year mark, and now I'm at year 6, you're only making 68K a year. You're gonna be like, wait. Well, Josh was making 80K a year 3. Like, why am I not making 80K and we're at the same position? Which I understand. But
Yeah.
yeah, but it's also like, why do you think the company you're working for would undervalue you that much? Why are you working for them?
You're
If you
potting.
think if you think you're gonna be undervalued that much, why are you letting them? Why are you
Yeah,
taking it?
that's true. That yeah.
Because like,
It's a very like what do you call it? The yin and yang. Just
yeah,
like I'm a
okay,
trust, but not fully trust. You
yeah,
know?
I agree with you. Skeptical of everything, I question everything. So like,
Yes.
my boss, she didn't tell me like how much she makes or whatever, but what she did tell me is who I replaced, which is interesting. She told me on the first day.
Replaced.
Yes, like
Dang, that's harsh.
on
How'd you feel? It's
my
like,
first, I mean, it's just the way capitalism works. So like,
yeah.
it's just competition. Like, on to the next. Anyways, so it was weird because I didn't like ask her anything. The first 2 weeks on my job, so like the next week 3, people kept coming up to me and making just like little like remarks that I was like, what the heck is going on? So like, we have hikers, and what hikers are like, they go to different Penske locations within the Houston area to pick up other trucks and bring them back to our yard. And so a lot of the hikers are black, and so when I give them it's my job to give them like the sheet on tell them where to go and where they're bringing this truck to, bringing it back, yada yada yada. So as I would give them the sheets, they'd be like, I'm glad they brought another brother along. We found our black brother replacement, and I was just like, what is going on? And so like one day I was like walking, I was like, Delaney, like I'm like just curious. I was like, who worked here before me? And she was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. She was like, we have been, me and the other guy, the guy that's the 5th, we have been running the shop for like months now. So like we've been asking for like another associate to be hired on. She's like, I will say before you, it was another black guy, and like the hikers weren't supposed to tell you that because like we didn't want you to feel like insecure at work or think like we have to reach some status quo because like I'm the only black rental associate at my office. So she was just like, I don't want you to feel like uncomfortable or anything. But she's like, yeah, he was black. Like he had to leave. He moved to Alabama, blah, blah, blah. But she's like, I want you to know, like, we didn't hire you just because you are black.
Okay. Yeah.